This is the tale of two very different cities.
So Milwaukee's a great city. We know how to eat well. Beer, cheese, brats.
Savannah is absolutely beautiful, a lot of history.
And two very different sets of home buyers.
And we're trying to keep very sociable still and not completely disappearing off the face of the world just because we had a baby.
I like to go out, hang out on the town with my friends.
With the exact same budget. Find out how far $300,000 will go to buy a lifestyle in A Sale of Two Cities, Milwaukee and Savannah. Milwaukee. It's America's beer capital, the largest city in the cheese state, and the go-to destination for German-inspired cuisine. Located on the shores of Lake Michigan and crisscrossed by three rivers, Milwaukee's waterfront views abound. And while it's perhaps best known as America's brewing capital, Milwaukee is also home to 6 Fortune 500 companies. IT consultant Rachel grew up in Milwaukee. Now, after living 10 years overseas, she's returning to her hometown to build a life with her husband, Ryan, an entrepreneur.
I'm originally from New Zealand.
We have baby girl, Pippa, and she is about 5 months old and looking for a house to settle into with the new family.
Milwaukee, been here a short time. It's a fun place.
Things it's known for, beer, cheese, brats. Maybe not the healthiest city with the food choices, but everything is deep fried and delicious. The city itself has really changed over the last 10 years with all those warehouse buildings being, refurbished and done up, and now they're really cool, trendy places to go for food and drinks. Nice winter days, you can absolutely go or walk along the Riverwalk.
They've been living with Rachel's parents and their newborn baby, Pippa, for the past year. Now, they're ready to find a home of their own.
We're looking at different areas. We're going to have to play on, do we want something residential with the baby, or is she young enough where we can still be in the city and incorporate her into some of the socializing and restaurant scene?
Rachel and Ryan have a budget of $300,000. They're looking for a Victorian-style home with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a 2-car garage. They also want a family-friendly neighborhood that's close to Lake Michigan and walking distance to downtown. Real estate agent Caitlin is kicking off their search in trendy Downer Woods. This neighborhood is home to the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee and is just 6 blocks from the Lake Michigan shoreline.
I really want to show Rachel and Ryan this house because the Downer Woods neighborhood is just great. You are so close to the lake, but you're still really close to downtown and all kinds of activities. Pretty much everything that Rachel's looking for, this neighborhood has. It is a huge house. It's 2,100 square feet.
Oh, wow, that's
and that
huge.
Doesn't include the 3rd floor. It is listed at $280, so under budget.
Right.
Yes. It is not a Victorian, it's a craftsman-style house.
Okay.
But, it still has a ton of charm, hardwood floors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great features that I think
It's
you'll
pretty
love.
cool looking on the outside.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Look at the space.
Yes. So this is the living room.
And look how cozy this fireplace is.
Yes.
Great to warm up from the outside on a winter day.
Yeah. And the woodwork around the windows, that still kind of gives you a lot of the
And
charm.
that's that craftsman.
Yes.
It's a really beautiful character home. This kitchen is
pretty
such
cool.
a good size.
Yes. It's updated.
It just seems quite new.
I just love how the wood floors blend with kind of the modernness.
There's enough room here for me to do the dishes as well.
Oh, because you're going to be doing the dishes?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, I bake and cook, and then Ryan does the dishes.
Oh, perfect. So here's what would be your master bedroom.
Okay.
So quite large.
This is really large.
A lot of windows, really bright.
Yeah. Is this a walk-in closet, right?
Oh, is it a walk-in?
It is.
No.
Slightly.
You can walk in, yes.
It's not big enough.
Well, let's continue on.
Yeah.
The bathroom.
Interesting.
It's quite small.
It's really small.
is
The
a
whole
little
house
small.
is so gorgeous and so grand, and I think this just seems really tight and tiny, and it just doesn't do the house justice.
So here is the finished 3rd story that I've been
Wow.
dying to show you guys.
This is what a
is
finished
beautiful.
3rd story looks like.
Yes.
I could see myself just in here relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I knew you guys would love this. So here's the big fenced-in backyard that you guys were asking for.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Oh, wow, it
It's
is really
massive.
big. So is there a garage?
There is not a garage, unfortunately.
I just think that's something we'd really have to think about.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Right.
It's a big factor we'll have to talk about is the lack of parking or the lack of a garage.
I think we really liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's close to the lake. That's
really
cool.
close to
I
the
like
lake.
that. It's beautiful inside, actually.
It's beautiful inside. It has 4 really good-sized bedrooms and the finished 3rd story, which is great.
The bathroom's a bit small for 4
Right.
bedrooms.
Yeah, the bathroom's really tiny.
Yes.
The garage is a problem for me.
Yeah.
You know, scraping off ice, I see people doing that in the mornings. It doesn't look like a fun job, you know, so...
No. We can think about it, and you guys can get back to me later.
Sounds good.
Just over 1,000 miles southeast of Milwaukee is Savannah, Georgia. This city is known as one of the most picturesque cities in America. In fact, during the Civil War, Union General George Sherman couldn't bring himself to burn it down. Savannah is America's first planned city. It was designed back in 1733 with public squares and a much-copied grid pattern. The live oak trees drip with Spanish moss, and the cobblestone streets attract more than 50 million visitors each year. Savannah's alluring backdrop and rich history also attracted health insurance attorney Laura to this city 4 years ago.
Savannah summers are hot and sticky and humid and wonderful. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful, a lot of history. There's a lot of original buildings. So I was looking for a city with that history because I enjoy living in the middle of that. It's a wonderful place to have a dog. Keep going. I like to stay active, running, yoga, mostly so I can eat whatever I want. We have a lot of fantastic restaurants. I enjoy going to restaurants with my friends and going out to the bars. Savannah is a huge drinking town. When you come to Savannah, the first question people ask is, what's your drink? Currently, I'm renting a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm ready to move into somewhere that's all mine. I like being downtown. That's very important to me.
Laura also has a budget of $300,000, and she's taking along her good friend Felicia to house hunt. They're meeting up with real estate agent Chelsea in Savannah's landmark historic district.
And you must be Felicia.
Felicia.
So nice to meet you.
I brought her because I know she's going to be completely honest with me.
So what are we looking for? Must-haves.
Well, you know I want to be downtown
Yes.
because I like to be, walking distance to everything.
What about the size of the house? What are we looking for?
It's just me. I'd like 3 bedrooms so I can have my office in one of them and still have a guest bedroom.
Okay.
A backyard for my dog. And I want it to be historic. I want the character. I really don't want any new construction. And I'd really like off-street parking.
Wait, you want off-street parking downtown with a yard?
What's the budget?
$300,000.
Oh!
Can you do it?
That might be a little difficult, but we will certainly pull it together.
All right.
With its 22 colonial-style squares and impressive architecture, the Landmark Historic District is Savannah's biggest tourist attraction. It has one of the largest collections of homes from the 1700s and 1800s in America. Chelsea's lined up an antebellum townhouse built in 1860.
When people come to Savannah, they come to visit the Landmark Historic District. It's got the shopping along Broughton Street. It's got tons of bars and restaurants. The Landmark Historic District is a great fit for Laura. She will be right in the middle of all the action. It's not just close to downtown, it is downtown.
Hi.
So here we are in the Landmark Historic District. You have a beautiful townhouse here, built in 1860. It is listed for $299,900, 1,350 square feet. It's got biz. I really think she'll like it. So here we are in the heart of the Thomas Square Park District.
It's a little further than downtown.
It is, but it's trendy, it's up and coming. You also don't have as many tourists.
The house in the Thomas Square Streetcar Historic District is a little further from downtown than I would like to be, but it is a really pretty neighborhood.
This one's listed at $299,000, and it is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
Wow.
1,920 square feet. Like, this is a lot of house, and a bigger yard for Brutus.
This is a lot of space.
It is really open. I mean, you're getting more for your money in this area.
There's a lot of windows. I love that. The bay windows are fantastic.
That's a beautiful view.
Yeah, I really, really like all the light in that house.
So here's the master suite.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
It's a little small.
But the high ceilings make it look bigger.
It's true, and the ceiling fan's really nice. It looks like the neighbors are really close. You can see right into their house.
That happens in the city.
Right.
Just get some curtains on that sucker and call her a day. So let's go check out that bath.
Oh, I love the dual sinks. Oh, look at all the storage. Lots of storage.
I need you to check out the shower. You're gonna love this.
Oh, wow.
Are you ready for a shower party?
Look at the tile.
I love that there are dual showers.
See? Totally room for a shower party.
I love the master bathroom. I love the party shower. I love everything about it.
Check out the kitchen. What do you guys think?
There are a lot of cabinets.
There
That's
are
nice.
lots of cabinets.
A lot of storage space, but don't really like that granite. The kitchen, not really very pretty.
And the backyard.
It's a nice size.
It is, but it's not fenced in.
It is not fully fenced, but you've got your new HVAC unit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is brand new. It's still shiny.
What about the rest of the space?
Yeah, you could fit a nice, like, table and chairs out here.
So, ladies, what?
Which is really close to downtown, which is something I definitely
Because you want
wanted.
to walk, because you don't want to have to buy a bike.
Right. It was really nice. It was kind of small compared to the other two, especially. But the kitchen blew me away. It was perfect. It did not have the backyard enclosed for Brutus, but I really liked the location.
You could live by me.
That was the
Over-
Thomas Square district.
Yeah.
And I did really like that house. It had so many windows. The light in that house was beautiful.
Yeah.
But it was huge.
It was huge.
It might be a little too much for me. I know it's close to you.
I know.
But I really like being able to walk downtown, and that's a little too far for me to walk. Okay, so then we saw another one that was in the Victorian district
Yeah.
with all the mustard yellow walls that I'd have to repaint. Those were really ugly. But I did like the house, and the kitchen was nice.
Yeah.
The backyard,
The backyard was amazing.
Amazing.
Your dog would love that.
yes. And that balcony overlooking it.
The balcony was pretty awesome.
But it was also more expensive, so we don't know yet if Chelsea can talk the price down. But I think I've made my decision.
Well, which one is it?
The Landmark Historic District.
I could have guessed that. I think that actually is perfect. It's the right amount of space, off-street parking.
Off-street parking. And the kitchen,
That kitchen was amazing.
I couldn't have designed it better myself.
Yeah, we should tell Chelsea.
Right now.
Meanwhile, in Milwaukee, it's time for Rachel and Ryan to choose a home for their young family.
Let's go jump in here for a drink and buy a house, eh?
Figure it out.
We've got some pretty big decisions to make. We saw some pretty cool houses. Let's start with the Downer Woods house.
It was a beautiful house. It had 4 bedrooms.
And it had the upstairs, the 3rd floor was done. It wasn't the Victorian house that you want.
No.
It was a bit different style.
But it was nice to see a different style, like that craftsman-like style. It still had some really beautiful woodwork,
Yeah.
and all the wood floors were
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah. The budget, what they're asking for, it's easily the most affordable
It was the
for
most
us.
affordable.
It didn't have a garage.
I know. That was the only downfall, right? Because
it's a
it's
big
like
one.
super close to the lake.
It's a big one. It's cold here. What do you think about the Murray Hill Eastside house?
The Victorian. I love the Victorian. It had a really good, like, warm feeling when you walked in. And,
That's because they had plastic up on all the windows, but it had the garage and it had a
and
fenced
a fenced backyard.
Yeah.
And it was a really good-sized backyard
Yeah.
for the area.
It had some really cool restaurants, bars,
Everything's kind of
supermarket
like
within 2 blocks walking.
2 blocks walking.
That's awesome. The kitchen, what do you think?
It was small. It didn't have, like, the flow to it.
I agree. It was $299,000, a budget of $300, which is good. You know, it's within budget. But the 3rd floor, it's got a 3rd floor, but it's not done. It's going to cost a lot of money. The other one that we looked at was up the Shorewood house. It has 4 bedrooms. It had a great living room as well.
Great, large kitchen.
Yeah.
And it had plenty of counter space.
Yeah.
But the counter space was so, like, far apart from each other.
It has the 3rd floor.
I don't think it's really a 3rd floor. I
No,
think it's like a storage space. It's like an attic.
It had that electrical issue. It's already asking more than we can afford. You know, who knows how much that's going to cost, but it certainly seems like a cost.
But the neighborhood's really great.
It feels really safe and residential. It's got some of those,
Good
it's got
school
some
systems.
shops and whatnot that are close enough.
But yeah, I mean, they're close enough, but they're not necessarily walking distance
Yeah.
either. So it's kind of overwhelming. Like, what are we going to choose?
Coming up, when a sale of 2 cities returns, Laura's living it up in the Landmark Historic District of Savannah. But which house will Rachel and Ryan pick in Milwaukee?
Would you rather have a half counter in the kitchen or be shoveling snow and ice off your car on a cold morning in the middle of January?
On a sale of 2 cities, 2 very different home buyers see what they get for the same budget in 2 very different cities. In Savannah, Laura chose the townhome built in 1860 in the Landmark Historic District. This neighborhood is a perfect match for her active downtown lifestyle. In Milwaukee, Rachel and Ryan are ready to pick their first home. They're choosing between 3 classic Midwestern options.
I really want to be able to walk to everything, and I just think that the Shorewood area it doesn't fit with us and our age and you know what we're looking to achieve.
Yeah, no, I agree. So Shorewood is gone.
Shorewood's out.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Would you rather have a half counter in the kitchen or be shoveling snow and ice off your car on a cold morning in the middle of January?
Are you scraping my car off
I
in
will not be
January?
scraping your car off.
Okay, well I think.
But you will
I
be
think
cooking
we
my
know
dinner.
the answer then.
Okay, so are we going to go for the Murray Hill house?
Yeah, we're going for the.
All right, I thought it would be the case. Excellent. I'm excited. Let's
I'm
get
excited.
into it. To the next chapter.
To the next chapter.
In Savannah, Laura purchased the Landmark Historic District townhome for $297,000, coming in just under budget.
I finally chose the house in the Landmark Historic District, and I think it was the best decision I've ever made. It's a lot closer to downtown, and that's been great. I've been able to walk everywhere. I barely need to take my car out at all, and I love walking this city. The house was originally listed at $299,900, but with the inspection, it dropped down to $297,000. So I was actually in under budget, which made me really happy. From the moment I moved in, this house was just absolutely me. I barely had to move in more than my toothbrush, and it was so comfortable. This is a really nice neighborhood, half a block from Jones Street, which is one of the prettiest streets in the country. The backyard is not quite enclosed, but there's a fenced-in dog park only a couple blocks away, and that's a great place to spend the afternoon. Savannah's a great city, and living in the Landmark Historic District really makes me appreciate that. Even on my house, we have the 1860 historical marker, and it is wonderful to be able to live in the middle of all that history.
To Chatham Artillery Punch.
To Savannah.
In Milwaukee, Rachel and Ryan agreed on the Murray Hill home with a 2-car garage, large backyard, and short walk to Lake Michigan. This Victorian-style home checks off a lot of their boxes.
We bought the Murray Hill house on the east side, and it was the best decision we've ever made.
Yeah, we're really pleased.
The original price was $299,000, and we settled just under $280,000. And with that extra money, we're going to be able to do up the 3rd floor.
The house itself, we like our master bedroom. We've done the baby room up, made that feel real warm and cozy.
I think the baby's enjoying it. I mean...
She hasn't said anything otherwise.
Yeah, no.
You know?
Lots of smiles and giggles.
The kitchen, when we were looking at this house here, we thought it was small, and it is small.
I thought it was going to be really limiting, but now that we're in, it definitely meets all our needs.
Yeah, it's not an issue at all. We both love being able just to walk places, and we utilise that so often.
It's the location is just key. The grocery store's 2 blocks away, and there's a lot of great restaurants around here.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I really like to
walks.
walk with the dog and the baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I really love being outside and doing that.
The winters are taking a little bit to adjust to, because we're not used to them. I'm certainly not used to those in New Zealand. But we've got the garage, so we're not having to go there and scrape the snow off and the ice. So that was a great decision. Oh, man.
A fantastic decision. I don't think we could have done it.
No, absolutely not. I'll be back in New Zealand by now if we had no garage.
This year's certainly been a transition, moving all the way from New Zealand to here, but I am loving being back in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying being in Milwaukee.
Good.
And I think now that we've got a house that we can call our own, it's everything that we had hoped for.
Yeah, it seems like it was just meant to be.
Absolutely.
Rachel and Ryan purchased their Victorian home in Milwaukee for $280,000, well under budget. In Savannah, Laura also bought a historic Victorian, but for $17,000 more. If it's an affordable historic home you're after, your dollar can get you a lot of Southern comfort or Midwestern charm on a sale of 2 cities, Milwaukee and Savannah.